Good afternoon, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. 2:30 p.m. on a Thursday, time for the final live stretch break of the week. Now, before we get started, as always, if there's anything that you guys feel needs a little bit extra love or a little bit extra stretching today, go ahead and drop it in the chat, or you can say it out loud. Up to you. Definitely got some stuff planned for some nice regeneration, made for kind of what we do all day, which is sitting at the desk, and also meant to kind of give us some recovery from the exercise with Exos workout earlier today. That was a doozy on my shoulders. All right. Not seeing anything in the chat here so far, guys. So feel free to hit the chat with anything if you guys get inspired throughout this session. We're going to go ahead and get started in standing here today. I'm gonna do a couple things in standing, then we'll move towards the ground. So all we need is a little bit of space. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna get started with here today is just to open up that chest a little bit, open up the front of the shoulders a little bit. So with the feet planted about shoulder width apart, we can take those hands, interlace those fingers behind the back, let those hands become really, really heavy, pull those shoulder blades back and together, down at the same time. We can start to kind of open up that chest. Maybe there's a slight arch in the back, nothing too crazy. We want to really open up the front of that rib cage and then start to use our lungs, breathing nice and deep. Feeling, the tension increase maybe a little bit as we inhale and then decrease, and we can relax into this stretch as we exhale. This is becoming one of my favorite ways to kind of open up the chest, open up the rib cage. If you don't have anything available like a foam roller or something like that, doing this seated or standing or kneeling always works like a charm. So let's continue to breathe deep. Make sure we got those hips right under us. Maybe we're squeezing the glutes a little bit. Let's do one more big breath here with the chest opened up. Well done, guys. On that exhale, we can slowly let go of the fingers, let those arms relax down by our sides. Give it a little shake if you need to. Okay, we're gonna stay standing for this next one. We're gonna address one shoulder at a time, stretching out the backs of the shoulders here. So I'm gonna take my right arm. My right arm is gonna reach across my body here. Left arm is gonna come outside. I'm gonna try and hook my elbow in here and pull my right arm nice and close into my chest. Now, as we kind of settle into this stretch, we want to make sure the shoulders are not up near the ears. So take a deep breath. And on that exhale, we can drop those shoulders down away from the ears. We're looking for some tension kind of right here in the outside of that right shoulder. Now, if you're not getting anything right away, once you settle down into that stretch, we can consciously pull our shoulder blade back towards the spine. We might start to feel a little more tension. So looking for just a medium amount of tension here today, guys. We're stretching out some of those rotator cuff muscles, extremely key in shoulder function throughout life. So gotta take care of these. Let's not forget that breathing as we go. Each breath, we're letting the rib cage expand, fill up with air, and then deflating as we exhale. Last breath. Well done, you guys. All right, slowly let that right arm kind of come down, relax, give it a little shake if you need to. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side now. So reaching across the body with the left, right arm is gonna come outside. We can try and hook that elbow and that arm in, pull it in close to our chest. And from here, still try and find that left outer kind of shoulder stretch here. We as humans are asymmetrical, so it might take you a moment to kind of wiggle around and find what's right for that shoulder in particular. Now remember, if we want to increase the stretch, a little bit of a pull on the shoulder blade towards the spine will help us do that. Let's bring the focus back to the breathing. Letting the rib cage expand, letting the belly expand and fill up with as much air as possible as we inhale. Deflating on the exhale. Let's do one more breath. Well done, you guys. Release that tension in the shoulder. We can let it come all the way down. Good job. Okay, next we're gonna come down to the ground. So we're gonna be on hands and knees on the ground here in your space, on your yoga mat. All right, guys, this is one of my favorites. One of the ones we can use all the time just to take care of our spine health. Spine health is a marathon, not a sprint. So doing this one on the daily will definitely help. All right, with the hands planted under the shoulders, knees under the hips, we're gonna do a little bit of cat camel, cat cow. We're gonna start by letting that head sink down towards the ground. We're pushing away from the ground, arching our back up, creating a big hill or a big mountain, and pointing the tailbone down. So take a moment, get as far into this position as you comfortably can. Feel that stretch. Next thing we're going to do is the opposite. So we're going to start to point that tailbone up. We'll bring the head up to look forward. We'll create a nice big valley out of our backs here. Go as far as you comfortably can. So now we have our two end ranges. We're now just going to move in between these two end ranges at our own pace. Doesn't have to be fast. And we're breathing as we go. I know it might feel a little bit trickier to keep up that nice breathing patterns that we have been. Do your best here, do what's comfortable. Just going back and forth, flexing and extending the spine here. Remember, it flows all the way up through our neck into our skulls. So make sure to move that head as well. Let it hang all the way towards the ground and bring it all the way up as high as you comfortably can when we extend. Good job, you guys. A couple more of these. Point that tailbone towards the ground. Good work, everybody. All right, coming to our final position here, whatever that is for you. Get all the way flexed or all the way extended. All right, good job, everyone. Let's come and meet right back in the middle. So, perfect. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna stay in this quadruped position, but we're gonna kick one leg out to the side for a little bit of adductor stretching. So I'm gonna start with my left leg. Left leg is gonna kick way out to the side. My whole foot is still gonna stay in contact with the ground here. So big toe, little toe, heel, all staying in contact with the ground out here to my left. Next thing we're gonna do is keeping the core tight, rocking back, trying to keep the back nice and flat, feeling that stretch on the inside of the thigh, and then squeezing the glutes, come back forward, put some more weight into those hands. So let's do a few more here. Carefully rocking back, taking on as much inner thigh tension as you'd like. Breathing as we go here, you guys. Make sure that foot stays nice and planted. Well done, everybody. Way to keep that back flat. All right, wherever we're at, let's do one more here on this side. Rocking ourselves back. Hang out there for a second, then we can squeeze the glutes and come back forward. Nicely done. All right, we can pull that left leg in. I'm gonna turn myself around so you can see my right side here. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So right foot's gonna come way out to the side. Heel, big toe and little toe are still planted. And once we can find that good position with the hands still under the shoulders, we're gonna rock ourselves back, feeling all that tension through the inner thigh, and then squeezing the glutes, coming back forward. Breathe as we go. Use your breath as a tool to help mitigate the tension that we're feeling here. Well done, guys. Well done. Good job. Way to keep that back flat. Remember, just rock back as far as you feel comfortable with doing so. I'm definitely not going as far back here because for some reason this right side is feeling ultra tight. So just do what, or move as much as you are capable of today. All right, guys, last one here. Rock it back. Give it a nice little pause. Glute squeeze. We're back forward onto those hands. Well done, guys. Well done. Okay, last thing we're going to do today is end on a nice relaxing note. Still on those hands and knees. We can spread the knees apart a little bit. We're going to walk the hands all the way out forward. And then we're sinking those hips back towards the heels, trying to find a nice relaxing child's pose position. So once you do, you can kind of rest your face, chin, cheek on the ground or on the mat. And once we find a really nice, comfortable position, let's bring our attention back to the breathing. Letting that belly and the rib cage expand as we inhale. And deflate as we exhale. Good job, guys. Wherever you're at, let's make this one our last breath. Well done, you guys. You guys can stay in that position if you'd like, or you can rise up, put a little bit more weight in those hands, come up to sitting, kneeling, or standing. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. As far as exo stuff that we got going on, it's the blood drive happening in June, Designed to Run race, which is going on right now, and then Bike to Wherever day. So that's a one-day thing. May 21st, we're having a little bike, walk, or run for 30 minutes before work, and then a little mobility and stretching session similar to this one happening at 8:30 a.m. Pacific. So we hope you'll join us for that. Going to be super fun. Going to be kind of a little social hour thing. Look forward to that. And then also as far as live offerings for the rest of the day here today, 4:30 p.m., we do have an abs and core and mobility class with our instructor, Brittany. So don't miss out on that one, guys. Always a fun way to end the Thursday. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day and rest of your week. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Luis.
Good job. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming.